Hi, this is Waking Up with Wisdom. This story is not just about an encounter in a forest. It's a journey of discovery, fear, and ultimate understanding, a reflection on how our perceptions shape our experiences in life. Once, deep within a dense, ancient forest, there was a man who had been suffering for a long time. This man had heard tales of a shaman living in the heart of the forest, a healer of extraordinary power, one who could cure any illness, mend any pain, and even heal a troubled soul. Desperate for relief, the man set out on a long journey to find this shaman. He carried with him a heavy bag, filled with offerings of food and gifts, hoping to gain the shaman's favor. The forest was dark and thick, with towering trees that seemed to touch the sky. The path was narrow, winding through the underbrush, and the man's steps were slow and cautious. He had heard rumors of wild animals, especially a fierce tiger that prowled the area, but his determination to find the shaman kept him moving forward, despite the growing fear in his heart. After hours of walking, the man came across a small clearing where a monk was sitting in deep meditation. The monk's presence was calming, and his face radiated peace and wisdom. The man, feeling both relief and curiosity, approached the monk and gently asked, "Do you know where I can find the shaman? I have traveled far, seeking his help." The monk slowly opened his eyes, revealing a serene and knowing gaze. "The shaman you seek is not far from here," the monk replied softly. "But be cautious, for there is a tiger in these woods. The tiger is known for its ferocity and unpredictability. You must be on your guard as you proceed." The man's heart quickened at the mention of the tiger, but he thanked the monk and continued on his way. His mind was now racing, torn between his fear of the tiger and his desperation to find a shaman. Every rustle of leaves, every snap of a twig made him jump, his imagination conjuring up images of the tiger lurking in the shadows, ready to pounce. Finally, after what felt like an eternity, the man reached the shaman's dwelling, simple yet tranquil place surrounded by nature's beauty. The shaman, an elderly figure with a warm and welcoming demeanor, greeted the man with a gentle smile. "Welcome," the shaman said. "I have been expecting you. Tell me, what brings you here?" The man, still shaken from his journey and the monk's warning, explained his ailments and the purpose of his visit. The shaman listened patiently, nodding as the man spoke of his suffering and his hopes for healing. Just as the shaman was about to begin his ritual, a deep, menacing growl echoed through the forest, sending a shiver down the man's spine. He turned around, and to his horror, he saw the tiger emerging from the dense foliage, its eyes locked onto him. The tiger's powerful muscles rippled as it moved closer, its gaze unyielding and intense. The man's instincts took over. He panicked, dropping his heavy bag and running as fast as he could. His heart pounded in his chest, his breath came in ragged gasps, and his only thought was to escape the deadly predator. But as he ran, the shaman called out to him, his voice calm and reassuring. "Do not fear," the shaman said. "The tiger is not after you." The man, still in a state of panic, stumbled to a stop and turned back to see the shaman standing his ground, facing the tiger with unwavering composure. The shaman then walked over to the bag that the man had dropped. With a swift and deliberate motion, he picked it up and tossed it towards the tiger. The bag landed with a thud, and the tiger, drawn by the scent of the meat inside, immediately pounced on it, tearing it open with its powerful jaws. The man watched in disbelief as the tiger, now completely focused on the bag of food, ignored him entirely. The shaman approached the man, who was still trembling with fear. "You see," the shaman explained, "the tiger was never after you. It was simply hungry, and it could smell the food you were carrying. Your fear made you believe that the tiger wanted to harm you, but in reality, it only wanted what was in the bag." The man was stunned, his mind racing to process what had just happened. He had been so consumed by his fear, so certain that the tiger was after him, that he had completely misunderstood the situation. The shaman's words began to sink in, and the man realized that his own perceptions, his fear and anxiety, had shaped his entire experience. As the man calmed down, the shaman continued, "This encounter with a tiger is a reflection of how we often live our lives. We carry our fears, our biases, and our preconceived notions with us, and they color our perception of reality. We see danger where there is none. We misunderstand the intentions of others, and we react out of fear rather than understanding." The man listened intently, his fear gradually giving way to a sense of clarity and insight. "But if we can learn to see things as they truly are," the shaman continued, "without the veil of fear or prejudice, we can navigate life with greater wisdom and compassion. The tiger was never your enemy. It was simply following its nature. And by understanding that, you were able to avoid a dangerous situation." The man, now deeply moved by the shaman's words, felt a profound shift within himself. He realized that his journey to find the shaman had led him to a greater understanding of his own mind and the power of perception. He had learned that our experiences in life are not just shaped by external events, but by how we interpret and respond to those events. As the man prepared to leave the forest, he felt a sense of peace and enlightenment that he had never known before. He knew that the lessons he had learned from the shaman would stay with him for the rest of his life. He had come seeking a cure for his physical ailments, but he had received something far more valuable, a cure for his mind and spirit. As he walked away, the man reflected on the teachings of Gautama Buddha, understanding that true wisdom comes from within. It is not enough to seek answers from the outside world. One must also look inward, letting go of fear, bias, and preconceived notions to see the world with clarity and compassion. In life, our experiences are deeply influenced by how we view and understand the world around us. It's essential to let go of our biases and preconceived notions to see things as they truly are. Strive to understand others, act with kindness and compassion, and live in the present moment with an open heart. Our experiences in life are shaped by our perceptions. By letting go of our preconceived notions and biases, we can see the world as it truly is. Compassion, empathy, and understanding are crucial in navigating life's challenges and discovering inner peace. This is Waking Up with Wisdom Stories. Thanks for watching, and stay blessed.